Captain Marcus Rodriguez stared at the translucent blue figure materializing in his ship's medical bay, her ethereal form shimmering like starlight on water. The alien woman possessed an otherworldly beauty that made his breath catch, elongated. Limbs, luminescent skin that pulsed with soft azure light, and eyes like twin galaxies swirling with ancient wisdom. "You've forgotten me, human," she said, her voice carrying harmonics that resonated through his bones. "But I could never forget you." Marcus frowned, running diagnostics on his neural implant. His memory had been damaged during the battle at Proxima Station 3 months ago, leaving gaps in his recollection that the medical team couldn't fully repair. Yet something about this being stirred emotions he couldn't explain. "I'm sorry, but I don't remember meeting you," he admitted, his hand instinctively moving to his sidearm. "Who are you? And how did you board my vessel?" The alien's expression shifted to something resembling melancholy. "I am Lyra, of the Celestial Collective. We met during your species' first contact with mine, before the war began. You were different. Then, curious, hopeful. Not the hardened soldier you've become." Marcus searched his fragmented memories but found only darkness where those early days should be. The neural damage had stolen more than he realized. "The Collective has been humanity's enemy for 2 years. We've never had peaceful contact." "That's what they want you to believe," Lyra said, stepping closer. Her luminous form cast dancing shadows on the medical bay walls. "Your government erased the records, altered the histories. We were allies once, Marcus. Partners in exploration and discovery. The human captain's tactical training kicked in. This could be psychological warfare, an attempt to confuse him before an attack. Yet something in Lyra's demeanor suggested genuine pain rather than deception. "Prove it," he demanded. "If we knew each other, tell me something only I would know." Lyra's eyes brightened, and she gestured toward a small scar on Marcus's left hand. "You cut yourself on a shard of Terran glass while showing me artifacts from your homeworld. You were embarrassed that a simple accident could injure someone who claimed humans were the toughest species in the galaxy." Marcus stared at the barely visible mark. He'd always wondered about that scar's origin, but his damaged memories provided no answers. "That could be lucky guessing. You have a birthmark shaped like a constellation on your shoulder," Lyra continued. "You called it your personal star map, guiding you through the darkness of space. And you told me about your sister Emma, how she died in a transport accident when you were children, how that loss drove you to explore the stars." The mention of Emma hit Marcus like a physical blow. He'd never spoken of his sister to anyone, in his crew, keeping that pain locked away. The medical records might contain basic biographical data, but not those intimate details. "How do you know about Emma?" he whispered. "Because you trusted me with your deepest grief," Lyra said softly. "As I trusted you with mine. My people are dying, Marcus. A plague spreads through our worlds, one that your scientists could help cure. That's why I've come. Not as an enemy, but as someone who once called you friend." Marcus felt his worldview shifting, the certainties of war beginning to crumble. "If what you're saying is true, why would my own government lie to me?" "Fear," Lyra replied. "When the plague began, some in your leadership saw opportunity rather than tragedy. They believed a weakened collective would be easier to conquer, to claim our technologies and territories. The peaceful contact was buried, the narrative rewritten to justify aggression." The captain's mind raced through the implications. Every battle, every loss of life, every act of violence, all potentially based on manufactured hatred. His hands trembled as the weight of revelation settled upon him. "Show me," he said. "If you have proof, I need to see it." Lyra extended, her hand, her form solidifying slightly. "I carry within me the memories of our time together. If you're willing to trust me as you once did, I can share them with you." Marcus hesitated. Accepting alien technology into his mind could be suicide. Or worse. Yet the alternative, continuing a war built on lies, seemed equally devastating. He reached out and grasped Lyra's luminescent hand. Immediately, images flooded his consciousness. He saw himself younger, more hopeful, working alongside celestial scientists to map uncharted regions of space. He witnessed moments of laughter and discovery, of two species learning from each other's strengths. Most powerfully, he felt the connection he'd shared with Lyra, not romantic, but something deeper. A meeting of minds across the vast gulf of species difference, a friendship forged in mutual respect and shared wonder at the universe's mysteries. The memories confirmed her story. Peaceful contact had existed, had thrived even, until political machinations twisted it into justification for war. When the connection ended, Marcus found tears streaming down his face. The lost memories felt like rediscovering a limb he'd forgotten existed. "They took so much from us," he breathed. "But not everything," Lyra said. "You're still the man who chose understanding over fear, who saw potential for unity where others saw only differences. That core of who you are survived their manipulations." Marcus straightened, feeling purpose crystallize within him. "What do you need from me?" "Safe passage to the Terran medical colonies. My people have prepared data on the plague, everything your scientists would need to develop treatments. In return, we offer technologies that could revolutionize human medicine, agriculture, and exploration." "It won't be easy," Marcus warned. "My superiors will call this treason. The military will try to stop us." Lyra's form brightened with hope. "But you'll try." Marcus looked at this being who had once been his friend, who had risked everything to reach him across the battle lines of a manufactured war. He thought of Emma, of the losses both species had endured, of the future that peaceful cooperation could create. "Yes," he said firmly, "we'll try." As his ship changed course toward the medical colonies, Marcus felt the burden of forgotten friendship restored. Whatever consequences awaited, he would face them knowing that sometimes the greatest act of courage was remembering who you truly were, beneath the layers of manipulation and lies. The war might continue, but perhaps this small act of remembrance could plant seeds of the peace that should have been.